Many get confused when it comes to quartile calculation because we have so many formula, and particularly we are talking about the quartile, quartile exclusive, quartile inclusive formula. There are three formula. We are going to do all of them. Not only that, we are going to tell what's the difference between quartile inclusive, quartile exclusive. In general, when to use what, we are going to quickly learn it. Let's start. So let me start with the quartile. Quartile, you can just simply give the value like quartile and data. It will ask for data. What I will do, I will just select this data range and give F4. And give F4 because every time when I dynamically change the value, automatically the value will get updated. Comma 1. Quartile is 1. 25th value, right? 1. So now what I will do, I will just apply across quartile 2 and quartile 3. Only thing is quartile number alone, I will change it. For example, 2 and now it's 3. Now we got quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and the same value we can have one decimal place extra, like for example 36.5, 50, 72. And now the difference between that quartile, interquartile range Q3 minus Q1 is 72 minus 36.5, that is 35.5. Now we are going to use quartile exclusive. Sorry, exclusive is the most commonly used formula, and the definition is that you can use the function uses percentile range between 0 to 1 that and exclude the lowest and highest value, that is whisker. It focuses on the middle value, and that's the reason the very purpose of this one is a box plot, right, which focuses on the middle, the median value, and useful for a more focused analysis, right? So now what we do, we will go ahead with the same formula, quartile exclusive. Like this is the one value nearest to the specific value of a data set, exclusive, right? Just select this one and the data range, and we're going to select this and give F4, comma 1. And similarly, we're going to drag this down, and only thing we will be changing is quartile. This is quartile 2, and this is going to be quartile 3. Now you can see the difference between these and this. So it has returning as 32 and it is returning as 36.5, and then 50, 50 in both the cases. Middle value is same, and but quartile 3 is different, 72 here and 75 here, and the difference is that Q3 minus Q1 is 43. And let's talk about the inclusive. Then we'll compare which one to use, and we're also going to compare with the mini tab. Quartile inclusive, and we're going to select the data range, and we can select this, give F4, function F4, right? So comma 1. Now you can see here, I'm going to drag, and what I will do, I will just change 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Right, and similarly just to compare all these, I will keep it like one decimal place. Right, now you see that quartile or quartile inclusive are same, whether you can use quartile or quartile inclusive are same, but the difference you see large difference is there. For example, between any one of them, say exclusive or inclusive, exclusive says 32, inclusive says 36.5. The very reason is that inclusive, what it does, the function uses a percentile, of course, right? It includes the lowest and highest value. It includes the lowest and highest value, but here it excludes the lowest and highest value. In the many tab is called whisker. It focuses on the middle value, but but what it includes the lowest and highest value, and that's the reason it is very useful. All the whisker is getting added, and this is the reason. So you can see here, so 32, 50, 72. So 72 became 75, 50 became, and 50 remained 50, and this is a different value. So what formula we need to use is that we should always use quartile. Okay. In general, we can also use other things. For example, the exclusive method works best for even number, but while the inclusive method is often used for odd number. But when you have a data range, so it will have both the set of value. Better to use exclusive. Why? Let's focus. Let's test this one with one of the value. Right. So we are saying this is a better. Let's see why we are saying better. Just copy this value. Copy this data range. Go to many tab. and I have just pasted this value in the mini tab also. So the same value, and what I'm doing it is I'm going to find out the quartile. So to do that, go to graph and you can find box plot. In the box plot is a only simple one column, so the data range. You can give okay, and you can see here the value we got. Quartile 1 is 32, quartile 2 is 50 and 75. So exactly the same value, perfectly same value. So you can see that the interquartile range is 43. Here also interquartile range is 43, and whisker is 30, 13 and 94, right? So whisker is actually the minimum value and maximum value. In this case, the minimum value is 13, and this is the minimum value. And maximum value, as per this one, it says the maximum value what we have is that you can see here. I'll just hover around one more time. Okay, the 94. Okay, here also 94 you will find it, 94, right? And the formula what we can use it, exclusive. The function uses a percentile, and of course it excludes the lowest and highest value. In the data set, it focuses on the middle value, so it becomes more robust, right? It measures, graphically speaking, it measures from here, right? So even if you do that, the same thing in the Google Sheet, go to insert, and if you do it here, go to chart. In the chart, we are going to select something called box plot, right? So you can see here, bubble chart is there, and okay. So, but here in this case, in order to calculate in the Google Sheet, it requires at least 5 columns, right? If you have 5 columns, if automatically we can calculate. Since we do not have 5 columns, what we can do, we can insert and have those 5 columns. Insert to the right and insert to the right, 2, and we need one more column. 2 and one more column we need, right? One more right column we need. So what I'm doing it, I'm just selecting the entire data range, and then I'm just resizing it. Okay. Okay, maybe what I will say, this is random data 1 and random data 2, and then random data 3, random data 4, and random data 5. Okay, so now we can do, so what we can do, we can just apply random between. So each time I will give different 40 to 95 value. Copy this value and paste it here, and I'll paste it as a value. Similar, copy and paste it here. Okay, maybe the formula got deleted, so random between low value, this is the lowest value, sorry, the lowest value is 40, highest value is going to be 95. So what I will do, I will just fast forward, I will just do this value, copy this entire value, Control C, Control V. In that, I'm going to keep it as a value, right? Similarly, what I will do, I will just copy, paste it here. Only some data I will alter, like 77, I'll make it, and maybe 88, I'll make it, right? So similarly, I will copy this value, paste it here. I'll make it like 66, right? 52, right? Again, I will copy this data set, paste it here. Now I'll make it like 90, 99, right? Now we got high value, right? So now we'll learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 columns we have, where we can delete this one. We have that. So I will delete this also, and I will keep the data range, all the column size. I'll resize it to just 100, right? Now I have done it. So I'll just copy, go to insert, go to chart. In the chart, so we need, scroll down, all we need is the box plot, right? So you can see here. So the box plot name is candlestick chart, but in Minitab it is called, or commonly in Minitab in Excel it is called box plot, right? Here in the Google Sheet is called candlestick. Just select this one, And now what we have to do is that we have to select the data range. So data range, so let's say this is the data range. Okay, so what I will do, I will just select the complete data range. Yeah, okay, okay, maybe I'll select only one. Okay, I mean without just value required, so value alone I will give. Okay, okay, so we can see here what I will do. This I need it in the x-axis, so maybe what I will do, I'll just create one something on the left because it requires one discrete data. So I will say discrete data like student name one all the way to name 19. So now I can do it. Okay, selecting this data. And going to insert chart. In the chart, we need only box plot. In other word, we need candlestick. Candlestick, you can see here the box value for each student, it has come, right? And this is the lowest value. And if you can see that the student 11, how the box value is there, right? So we can easily find it out, which student and all that we can easily find out, right? Because minimum requires the 5 columns. And not only that, this is a student, we already got it. Random data 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can also switch that also as well. For example, this one even will be better, right? Switch rows and columns. For example, this is individually all the value whisker. You can see that whisker value. For let's focus on only one. Take an example of one student, like first student. He is in and around. He or she is in and around so 50 minimum is 42 and minimum maximum is 52. You can easily see here. So it has been parked here, right? Like this, we can easily get to have the value as such, right? And if you wanted to switch, what you can do, you can just right click, switch rows to column. This will also will give random 1, 2, 3. We can see that this also has an outlier and everything. And for example, let's say if you want to, if you want any other things you can do, or if you wanted to have a grid lines you can do, if you wanted to have a data labels you can add, and all that things is possible, right? So this is one example of data. Again, we can further we can customize it based on your need. We can customize it also. For example, let's say you want more values to be there, or you want the major grids, or so you can see that all the values, or you want the minor grids also, major ticks, and you also wanted to minor ticks, and you also wanted like let's say horizontal axis. I mean, first let's go from the top. So background we don't need, and color chart is fine, and the color title we can give a title here also, whisker plot. So box plot we can give box plot. And then this is the again, if you want to change the color you can change, and this also we can change, like horizontal. Again, you can change this also, like what data range, and reverse this one. If you wanted to reverse like 5, 4, 3, 1, you can do. Or if you want like automatic, you can also do slanting position. And the axis also, you can just minimum and maximum you can do. Let's say I wanted to, we know that the values is starting with 40 to 100, right? We can easily see which whisker is big and all that. And if you want like this one, you can also will be able to do, but let me keep it as it is, as a default value. And so you can also have the log value also and everything. So this is how we can easily find it out, the box plot also as well. So what we did, we just to give a quick recap, we learned what is mean by quartile, inclusive, exclusive we learn. We concluded that exclusive is the one which many type the statistical software also returns the same value. We learn. Not only that, we also learn how to create the box plot also as well. I hope you find this video very useful. Thank you so much.